21st. It's the end of the day. Just finished taking a shower to get ready. So my hair is like, you know, doing its thing. But I had of course, you know, on Saturdays. I mean, I enjoy all my clients, but this particular client I appreciate so much because she watches my videos, and so she highlights certain things, and I hadn't realized this detail. So she's telling me that she accidentally, she called him time traveler Evie. She's like, I accidentally jumped ahead. Her TV kind of went ahead and jumped ahead and played one of the more newer ones, not the most recent one, but the newer one. And she was tripped out. She said, she didn't say that, that's me. Because I know she'll watch this. But what she noticed was how I was describing my experience. I guess I was describing how I felt that I wasn't being seen, not realizing that. So she asks me, "Do you have an older child, an older sibling? Because I know you've said you're the oldest." I said, "No, I'm the oldest. I have older cousins, but I who lived with us, but so in that respect, I was the middle child." Well, that makes sense. Even though I didn't have an older sibling, those beginning years of my life, I was in essence the middle child because there were two older cousins that lived with us until I graduated college. They're about 10 years older than me. So probably in high school, maybe. I think it was in high school. Maybe, yeah. No, that's something like that. That's where it's come. So anyways, she highlighted that I was describing myself as if I were a middle child. So, and then I remember, I was like, that's right. The middle child tends to not be seen. And I said, that's so interesting because, you know, and I've shared in some of my videos where my sister now seems like the older sibling. And so there's this element of like, okay, so then I kind of know what it's like to be a middle child, right? And then I remember sharing that I was 19 and I dressed like an older lady, like literally older, like brown and black, like neutral colors. And I think I had shared that it wasn't until I was 20, how old I don't remember how old I was when I got married, 25, 28-ish, that I had my first depressive episode. And it was after that I dressed younger, or my age. And I remember my colleagues at work, my coworkers were like, you look your age now. And then after that, it was like in and out of like my age and older, right? So I fluctuated through the different age group type of behaviors. Middle child, right? And it's coming out clearly of this desire to be seen, right? And heard, but also knowing what it's like to be the oldest and kind of put on a pedestal, like, oh, you know, she graduated college, she first to graduate college, first to graduate with a master's degree, right? And you know, always had serious jobs and, you know, did everything by the book. I was the one who went to church, right? I was the one who did everything I was supposed to, supposedly. Supposedly. And now, right, now, my sister being the youngest is now acting like the oldest. My brother's still my brother. And he acts like an older brother. But it's because he's a dad now. Both of my siblings have kids. I don't have kids. I mentioned recently that I felt like I was the black sheep of the family, which is usually the youngest child. The youngest child is the most rebellious one because it's the one that kind of is allowed to get away with stuff, right? I mean, my sister was like that. My sister was rebellious when we were concerned about her when she was younger. So then I had a revelation while I was blow drying my hair. I was like, oh my gosh, does that mean what I think it means? Am I getting younger? I'm getting younger. I'm getting younger. Right? I mean, that makes sense. Anyways, I just wanted to share that awareness that I hadn't had. You know, again, it just, and it continues to speak to this whiff, right? Like I this ability to now kind of connect with the struggles of an older sibling, right? Feeling the responsibility, the weight of the world on your shoulders, a whiff of what it's like to be the middle child, to not be seen, and then a whiff of the younger child, right? The one that's like rebels or the, like, you know, the black sheep of the family, right? Not necessarily that it's always the child, the youngest, but the one that's a little more out of control. You being her unconventional ways, right? So I thought that was neat. Just that awareness that I have that experience, those experiences, right? Again, just this whiff of a little bit of everything to a certain degree. I just wanted to document that because I thought that was a cool awareness. Yeah. So thank you. You know who you are, who shared that with me, and and thank you for my birthday box. she remembered my birthday, and she gave me a birthday cake. Made me a birthday cake. Well, no, let me take that back. Birthday, yeah, I guess birthday cake in a box with candles. So that was funny. That was a lovely surprise. I took a picture of it too. So, yeah. I appreciate all my clients. Thank you. And I'm excited for tomorrow. So, I finally got the next group of chapters. The next chapter, the episode's ready. In terms of like labeling them. So I have to just put them together tonight, finish my notes, and then enjoy tomorrow, and then study Monday, and then last final is on Tuesday. So that's it. That's it. Bye. The other thing I wanted to highlight was that she pointed out the difference in my tone of voice. So we had a conversation about the different parts of ourselves and how, you know, we have our phone voice, right, where it's higher pitched and it's like, oh, hey, how are you, you know, and then you're like with your kids. Like, you have different voices depending on what you're doing. And so she noticed that my voice changed. My voice changed from the very beginning to the video that she saw. And she didn't know why. And so she's like, it's funny. And she's just like, why is that? I don't understand. And so then, so I'm telling her, I'm like, it makes sense for you to see the shift. And so I said to her, you're watching me shift. You're in essence, and so I said, because you're watching every day, you don't see it. You don't see it. It's not as apparent. But if you skip ahead and you watch another video, you'll see the change. It'll be more significant, more apparent. And I'm telling her, I'm like, this is the process of change. unfold. You're watching my becoming, right? And I was still teasing her. I'm like, you're watching my becoming as I become this person right now, like who I am right now. And I'm like, this is 2 years. 2 years of me shifting and changing and learning and growing and healing. And so you're also watching not just the emotional shift within me, but my comfort level with, you know, the camera and my mannerisms and, you know, the more or less filtering that occurs, right? The more transparent, really. I hope it's more transparent. And I haven't watched them, and that was another question. And I explained to her that I didn't see the shift so much in the beginning because the gap between when my real timeline was versus when I posted was only like 2 weeks. And then because I changed the frequency of when I would post, it started getting to 1 month. And then it started getting to 2 months out or 3 months out. Now it's 5 months ago. And so for me now, or at least lately, when I post an old video, like I can see it. And I think even the videos that I'm posting, I'm talking about the videos that were posting then and how I was able to see. I was like, whoa, I was really guarded, right? Like I just seeing where I was in that time in my life, and it's just more apparent. And the growth, right? The growth of having shifted from that point to being more comfortable. So I thought that was really neat. This element of documenting, right? The progression, my becoming. And I don't know how long I'll keep recording. I guess as things continue to unfold, right? Is my understanding. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I don't know if this will be like a forever thing or I don't know. I haven't really been paying attention a lot to my dreams because of school. But hopefully after this next week, it'll be clearer. But yeah, I just wanted to add that real quick to the previous video. Hi, my name is Yubi, and in case you haven't figured it out, this footage is capturing my experience as I learn to navigate my personal spiritual awakening. I am learning that this experience is unique to each one of us, in whatever way we believe we are embracing living our truth. This just happens to be my journey. And despite me having a graduate degree and a license in clinical social work, this by no means is intended to replace any type of mental health advice. This is just me on a personal level, documenting my experience, shedding light on the truth that I am learning and discovering for myself, and really inviting you along for the ride. If by some magical chance you find this content to be helpful in any way, shape, or form, please click the like button, share the message, subscribe to my YouTube channel. I have an Instagram account, a personal one, and one specifically for this channel that you're more than welcome to check out. I'm an open book. I have also created t-shirt designs. I'm wearing my favorite one right now, which is the North Node design, but I have that and other things that you can look at inspired by this process and journey, and I have the link in the description box as well as in the about section of my YouTube channel. So you're more than welcome to check those items out. Any type of support is great. Again, if you find this content really helpful or meaningful, sometimes when we take that step and be vulnerable, with showing what's inside our hearts and what's really our truth, we realize that we're much more connected than what we thought we were. And so I hope that as I'm living this experience and that you find some type of truth for yourself or find some type of ability to heal in some way just by relating, you know, just by knowing that you're not alone. That really has been my goal with this process, not just being able to connect with others, but really for my own healing. It's definitely been a therapeutic experience and a very creative one for myself. So I thank you, and I wish you all the best, and you know, we'll see what else comes next for me.